What is up, ladies and gentlemen? I'm your host, Brant19, and I'm back with more Fallout New Vegas. In the last episode, we got started where we were dead, apparently. Well, we were close to being dead.
All right.
Anyways, we're going to be continuing
I'm
on.
gonna say a word. I want you to say the first thing that comes to mind.
Now, this doesn't
Dog.
really matter, but if you want to get a read on what I think.
House.
Shelter.
Night.
I would say day here, but that's not a fucking thing, apparently. Sleep.
Bandit.
Vaporize.
Light.
Dark.
Mother.
I would also say father here, but no. Caretaker.
Okay. Now I got a few statements. I want you to tell me how much they sound like something you'd say. First one. Conflict just ain't in my nature.
Yeah, I got no opinion on it. Most of the time, if I can talk my way out of a situation and I feel like that's the right option, I'll do it.
I ain't given to relying on others for support.
Nah.
I'm always fixin' to be the center of attention.
Fuck no, but...
I'm slow to embrace new ideas.
No.
I charge in to deal with my problems head on.
Nope.
Almost done here. What do you say you have a look at this? Tell me what you see.
Let's see. Now this depends, like, an oozing wound that would get closer to the medical trait. Shadow and door frame, that would do sneak, and a chemical reaction would do science. I think this does lockpick or something, but whatever.
Okay.
It's
How
not like
about
it
this
matters. You'll see why. Chippity.
Last one.
I think that looks like two samurais, like, high-fiving each other or something. I don't know. Something. But apparently I gotta pick something else, so I'm just gonna say head on a pillow.
Well, that's all she wrote. I don't have nothing to compare it to, so maybe you'd better just have a look at the results. See if it all seems right to you.
And this is why it doesn't matter. Because you get to tag 3 perks, and that increases them by 15. This is extremely helpful. Believe me. Now, we're gonna go over the perks. So barter. The barter skill affects the prices you get for buying and selling items in general. The higher your barter skill, the lower their prices on purchased items. So generally you want this to be pretty high unless you're just made of money. And the energy weapon skill determines your effectiveness with any weapon that uses small energy cells, microfusion shells, EC packs, or flamer fuel as ammunition. I'm probably not going to get a whole lot in the energy weapon, so I'm probably not going to put that up. I'm going to put a tag on that. Explosives. The explosive skill determines the ease of disarming any hostile mines and the effectiveness of any explosive weapon. All mines, grenades, missile launcher, Fat Man, etc. Now, if you want to make this easier on yourself, want to work on getting this up. I wouldn't necessarily say tag the skill. Like, I would say put most of your points that you get from leveling up into it, because you need some skills. Like, you just can't talk your way out of a situation. Sometimes you need skills and other things to talk your way out of it. Like, if you're really sneaky, you could say, well, when you're not looking, I could just stab you in the back because you won't know. And that'll just convince them not to do something. I don't know. That's just an example. Anyway, so we're getting on to guns. Guns determines your effectiveness with any weapon that uses conventional ammunition. I'm not going to go over that. Generally, you want this to be pretty high, because this is the more general type of guns you're going to be using. I don't really know what I'm going to go with right now. I've done a melee build before, but considering I don't have a whole lot of health, probably not the best idea. So I'll tag guns. Anyway, the lockpick skill is used to open locked doors and containers. Pretty self-explanatory. Medicine. The medicine skill determines how many hit points you'll replenish upon using a Stimpak, and the effectiveness of Rad-X and Rad-Away. We'll get into Rad-X and Rad-Away, but Stimpaks they heal health, obviously. And then melee weapons. The melee weapons determines your effectiveness with any melee weapon, from the simple lead pipe all the way down to the high-tech super sledge. Even though the super sledge is just a fucking... it's just a more complicated version of the sledgehammer. Of course, they made this different in Fallout 4. They made it look high-tech. Now, you can still use weapons that you don't have the skill for, but they won't be as effective. The repair skill allows you to maintain any weapon and apparel. In addition, repair allows you to create items and gun ammunition at reloading benches. This got put away in Fallout 4. Don't know why. It seems stupid. Like, I don't know. I mean, there's some mods where you can do this, where you can add it and then you can do this, but I don't know why they got rid of it. It's a good skill. And plus, you just don't need to worry about weapons breaking anymore. You can just keep shooting and shooting and shooting. The whole point of Fallout is to, you know, it's post-apocalyptic. You know, weapons eventually run out of durability and you can't use them anymore because they're just junk. Anyway, now what I was talking about with melee weapons, I can be used with explosives and energy weapons and guns and all that. It's just, you won't get enough effectiveness out of it. Anyway, the science skill represents your combined scientific knowledge and is primarily used to hack restricted computer terminals. It can also be used to recycle energy weapon ammunition at workbenches. This is pretty helpful because most of the time, if you don't have a high lockpick and you have a decent hack skill, sometimes computers are hooked up to saves, and if you hack into the terminal, you can unlock the safe within the terminal. But some of the time, you can't do that. So that's why you want to have both lockpick and science, because let's say there's like a room full of turrets and there's a terminal before that. You can hack the terminal and then disable the turrets. And that's helpful. So yeah. And anyways, the sneak. The higher your sneak skill, the easier it is to remain undetected. Steal an item or pick someone's pocket. Successfully attacking while undetected grants an automatic critical hit. Now, you don't need sneak. You really don't. If you like doing sneaky stuff, be my guest. Do it. I'm not. Unlike Skyrim, no. The speech skill governs how much you can influence someone through dialogue and gains access to information they might otherwise not want to share. I'm pretty sure I didn't say gain access. I think I said something else. If you want to talk your way out of stuff, you want this to be pretty high, so I'm gonna put my last tag into that. The survival skill increases the hit points you recover from eating food and drink. I added food in there for some reason. Not eating, I put eating in there. Whatever. It also helps you create consumable items at campfires. This can be pretty helpful. This is only in Fallout New Vegas, which is a shame. This is a nice skill, but for some reason they got rid of it. Don't know why, but they did. And unarmed is pretty self-explanatory, but I'm going to go over it anyway. An unarmed skill is used for fighting without a weapon, or with weapon design for hand-to-hand combat, like brass knuckles, power fists, and displacer gloves. Yeah, so that's that.
Before I turn you loose, I need one more thing from you. I got a form for you to fill out so I can get a sense of your medical history. Just a formality. Ain't like I expect to find you got a family history of getting shot in the head.
Well, it depends. And you get to choose 2 perks. Now, I'm probably not going to go over these like I did with the other things. Built to Destroy, it makes the flamer work, and equipment decays faster. Yeah. Claustrophobia, you suffer -1 when you're indoors, and you gain +1 to all special attributes when outside. Early Bird, you gain +2 special, but you get -1. So, if you like sleeping a lot, take this perk. Yeah. And yeah, fast shot, you get to fire 20% more quickly, but your shots are 20% less accurate. 4 eyes, I'm gonna go with this. Or wearing any type of glasses, you gain +1 perception. Without glasses, you get a -1 perception. I wear glasses. I feel like I got to take this perk because it's good otherwise. I mean, you gain +1. I mean, you just wear glasses. That's fine. You can still wear armor on your head. You just might not be able to wear some armor. Good-natured. So this is basically, if you're going for a route where you can talk people out of stuff, you want to take this perk. But I'm not gonna take it because you get a -5 to everything else that, you know, does harm to people. Melee and unarmed do more damage, but they do less critical hit damage. Hoarder, I'm also gonna be taking this. You don't have to take any of these perks. You don't have to take any of them. They're called traits, but you don't need to take any of them. You can just continue. You can only pick up a max of 2 traits. So keep that in mind. Hot-blooded, sorry. If your health gets below 50%, you gain +10% more damage, but you suffer -2 to agility and perception. I think that's just all around, you suffer -2. I don't think that's for when you get below 50%. You gain 10% +10 action points. It's not 10%, but you have a -2 damage threshold. So more or less, you take more damage, but you get more action points. Hence Kamikaze. Logan's loophole, whatever. Basically, you stay level 30 forever. You'll never get addicted to chems, and they'll last twice as long. But you can kiss experience, perks, and skill points goodbye. It's not worth it. It's really not. You don't need to take drugs. I've went through this game without taking, well, I went through a lot of this game without taking drugs. There's some times where I've had to take a drug that increases my strength and that therefore increases my carrying capacity so I can actually get back to some place where I can store some stuff. But you just don't need it. Plus, you can go talk to a doctor, like you could talk to this doctor, and he can pay off your addiction. I mean, if you're running low on money, just don't take drugs, unless you absolutely have to. Loose cannon. You throw weapons 30% faster, but they have 25% less range. Skilled. You gain +5 points to every skill. You suffer -10 experience gain from now on. This is a pretty decent perk, but is it worth it? I don't think so. Small frame. Due to your small size, you have +1 agility, but your limbs are more easily crippled. We'll get into crippling later. Trigger discipline. You fire 20% more slowly, but you are 20% more accurate. This is a pretty good perk. And then Wild Wasteland. If you want some crazy stuff to happen, take this perk. Trust me. This just does a whole lot of stuff. I can't even go down a list and tell, well, probably could, but even then I'd probably still miss some stuff because there's just so many things that changed just from this.
All right, I guess that about does it. Come with me, I'll see you out.
Yeah. So anyways, we're going to continue in the next episode, ladies and gentlemen. I've been your host, Peter. When be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and let me know if you want to see more of this. Sorry these episodes are not having much gameplay. This is the beginning of the game. I'm going through explaining stuff. It's kind of expected. Sorry though, but yeah. I've been your host, Peter. When be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and let me know if you want to see more of this. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye bye.